Hey guys, Break here and welcome back to episode 3 of my Gold Cap Challenge. Now I have been quite busy since the end of the last episode because I really wanted to level up because everyone was suggesting if I level up making gold is going to be easier. So I'm now level 18 and a few bars. So I'm pretty sure I've gone up like 6 levels from the last episode. I ran out of quests in Silverpine Forest, but I went over to the Barrens. I love the old classic Barrens, so I started doing some quests down there. And I've also been quite busy with investing my gold. So I'm now at 8 gold 78, which I think is actually less than what we had at the end of the last video. But check out my mailbox. We have ourselves 14 gold 20. So a big bit of gold. It's going to take us to like 23 gold. Which is over double what we had last time. So as you can see, I've been busy flipping my wool cloths, flipping my meats. I flipped some black vitriol. I sold a recipe swiftness potion, and I've sold some of the herbs I've been farming as well, and some linen bags that I made, and a linen robe that I made. So I'm starting to make a bit of gold with the tailoring. Obviously not much, but still a tiny bit, and just everything's coming together nicely. So I'm very pleased with that. And check that out, we are on so close to 23 gold. We also made some gold with some silver ore, which I bought for 24 silver, resold for 56 silver. And the recipe swiftness potion, I think I actually just found that off a mob and sold it for 3 gold. Now it's on there for 10 gold, so I don't know if they'll actually sell for that much, probably not, but I was pleased with that sale. And now I have a fair bit of gold we can start doing some investments with. Now I've also been trying to level up my tailoring. I'm at level 51, and you can see we do have some profit to be made from tailoring items. We have brown linen robes, makes 15 silver profit. White linen robe makes 16 silver profit, and I actually sold one of those earlier. The linen boots make 4 gold profit, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. And even the shirts, they take a long time to sell, but when they do sell, you make a bit of gold. So I'm pleased with that. And even the linen bags, before they were making like a couple of silver profit. Now they're only down to 15 copper. But I'm just going to level this up, and once we get to higher levels, we'll be able to start making a lot more gold. I still have herbalism. However, I'm mostly just going to keep that whilst I'm leveling for the most part, at least while I'm leveling in the first few zones, because I quite like the gold you can get from it, particularly now. Some of the herbs that I get sell for like 50 silver each. So if you get 2 of them in from one kind of node, that's 1 gold just from herbing 1 herb or 1 node. So that's pretty good, and I'm going to stick with that for the moment. But like I say, my long-term plan is to switch from herbalism to alchemy, and then have alchemy and tailoring, which I think will be a good combo. I'll be able to make some nice profit from both of those, and I'm excited to see how that goes. So my plan for today is just to kind of show you guys what I've been doing and keep on doing some more stuff. I really want to just keep on leveling because it's going to help me to get a lot more gold. For now, we're just going to run a couple of scans, see if there's any nice deals we can get before we go off to level. And then I'm also going to try and level my tailoring a bit more because I'm excited to see how much profit we can make once we get to the slightly higher levels of tailoring. I find my quest log is consistently full. I'm always on 20 out of 20. It's probably because I went to Silverpine Forest and then the Barrens, but the Barrens has so many quests. That's kind of the reason I went there, is because I just ran out of quests in Silverpine. But the Barrens has a lot more. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple of these boots since TSM claims they sell for so much, even though I'm pretty certain they do not. We will then make some robes. We already have 1 linen robe in our bags. I'll make another one. We'll then go and make some shirts that we don't have, because we might as well. And what I'm doing here, guys, I'm making stuff that's profitable, but I'm also just trying to level up, because then we can start doing some more interesting things. And for those of you who don't know what this is just the Trade Skill Master profession kind of panel. and it's really good because it actually shows you how much profit you can make from crafting each item. So if any of you don't have TSM, I do suggest you download it, even if it's just for a couple of the features like this one. You don't have to know anything really about TSM to be able to use this quite useful feature. Just trying to get to 75 because I believe that's when you can start crafting your woolen cloth bolts, and once I do that I think we can start doing some cheeky shuffles. I also really need to get the alt which has disenchanting, because there's a really good disenchanting shuffle I can do here. Just make the linen robe, or the white linen robe, and disenchant it, and you make profit each time you do that. So I need to get an alt leveled up. I don't really know what level the alts have to be. Maybe level 5, or maybe just can be level 1. I'll have to look that up. So let us learn the rest of what we have, and what can we make now. Well, first of all, we can make the bolts of woolen cloth, which is going to be very useful for us. Right now you can't make much profit. Actually, yeah, you can. If they're 2 silver 40 times 3, that is 7 silver 20, and the bolts of woolen cloth are selling for 8 silver 70. So that is 1 silver 50 copper profit per bolt that you sell. Not amazing, but still, that's a bit of profit. And we can now make the woolen bags. There's absolutely no profit to be made from the woolen bags, unfortunately, on this server. But we are leveling up, and that is what matters for the moment. But it's surprising how well the low-level tailoring gear actually sells. As you guys can see, we have some brown linen robe sales. They cost 2 silver to make. Just sold them for 17 silver. The white linen robe costs 2 silver to make, sold for 27 silver. So despite the fact it's only silver, you're still making huge profit margins off these kind of really random items. I really am the king of the tangy clam meat. I saw a load on the auction house. It was all for 4 silver. I just bought it all out, relisted it all for 9 silver each, and I am selling some already. It's very funny how much people will pay just to get some. So that's going well for me. I've also been buying quite a few other things. I'm flipping some potions, I'm flipping some other stuff. It's already simple. I'm just looking at the auction house, seeing anything that's listed for very cheap, buying it out and trying to sell it for more, usually in bigger stack sizes, like stack size of 10 or 5. Now, if those of you watched my revamping of the BFA auction house video, I was very upset because in Battle for Azeroth they pretty much removed pretty stacking. So pretty stacking is when you buy out items in stacks of 1 or stacks of 2 or whatever, and you relist in stacks of 10 or stacks of 20 for more gold, and you just hope that the lazy people don't want to buy the cheaper stacks of 1, they just want to buy your stack of 20, and you make more gold just doing that. That is pretty stacking, and with the new auction house and BFA that's coming in the new patch, they've got rid of that. You can no longer do that anymore, basically. So I'm upset about that, but I'm happy to be doing it in Classic, which is very exciting. So as you can see, we've gone down to 10 gold 20. We've got 65 silver in the mailbox, which I will loot later on. And again, that's just because we have been buying out a load of stuff. If everything on my auction house actually sells, we'll be having a lot more gold. As you can see, we've got 32 gold listed on the auction house, and another 1 gold 43 coming. So if all this sells, we'll be on kind of 40 or 50 gold. Will it all sell? I don't know, but hopefully most of it will pretty quickly. So I'll be pretty pleased to be finishing off on 40 or 50 gold. Unfortunately, I will be ending the episode soon, so you guys won't actually see me with my 40 or 50 gold. But by the next episode, hopefully we will be looting that from the auction house, so you guys can look forward to that. And we will finish the episode with some more tailoring, because I'm really enjoying that and I really want to grow my tailoring levels. So it's going to cost us a little bit of gold, but we can afford it, and it's going to be worth it in the long run. I also really need to do dungeon. I haven't actually done any dungeons yet on this character, and that's another thing I really like about Classic. They kind of make dungeons this sort of thing that are really epic because it's so hard. Well, it's not so hard, but it's harder to get in them. Obviously in BFA you can just queue in the dungeon finder, whereas in Classic you actually have to go and search for groups and go in them, and the dungeons also take a really long time in Classic. So it's a whole kind of different experience. So it makes dungeons this kind of rare, epic thing that you kind of look forward to doing. And when you eventually get to the right level and you find the time to be able to do it, you can go and do it. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, I really want to do, also Razorfen Caverns or whatever it's called, Wailing Caverns even. Wailing Caverns and all of those other dungeons that are my level. I really want to do them. And even though I've done them before loads, obviously, it's so much more epic in Classic WoW. I'm actually looking forward to doing it. I don't know how that could be repeated in BFA and how they can get that same feeling, but just doing something similar would be really cool, because I've just got this itch to do a dungeon, which just seems crazy because the dungeons kind of suck in Classic, and it's not like they're very hard. You just kind of shoot your 3 buttons at the mobs, but it just makes it so much more epic and cool, and I really, really like that. Now, it would have actually been cheaper to buy the bolts of woolen cloth. They're only on for 8 silver, and the wool cloths for kind of 3 silver each, so it would have been cheaper to buy, but then I wouldn't have got the free levels that you get from making the bolts. So I'm just going to make all the bolts, and hopefully we'll go up a few more levels, then we can start making the stuff. I mean, it's so interesting how much small profit you can make just from this low level stuff. Like in BFA, there's no way you would get any profit from crafting any kind of random low level gear. But in Classic, because leveling's actually hard, people will spend money to buy greens for their character just so they'll be able to level better. Even spending quite a bit of gold, and gold's hard to come by, but people will spend it just to make the leveling process easier, and that makes professions so much more interesting, because whatever level profession you are, you can always make something that can make a bit of gold. And that's something which I find really, really cool. In fact, I love it. But yeah, please let me know if you want me to show you more of my leveling, or you want these episodes to focus all around the gold making. Because obviously for this episode, I kind of leveled up before the episode, and then I spent the episode sort of making gold and doing all the other stuff. But I could sort of have the episode where I level for half of it and then I make gold the other half. I don't know, just tell me what you guys want the episodes to be around, and I'll try and do that. I just really want to get as high level as possible, because it is so much easier to make gold when you're a higher level. Even just getting my herbs with herbalism, I'm starting to be able to find herbs that can sell for like 1 gold each, which is crazy considering I've only got 8 gold in total, or whatever, 20 gold when my auctions sell, or even 40 gold, but still, 1 gold for 1 herb is really, really big. And I think that's just only going to keep getting bigger, so that's kind of the reason why I'm just trying to level up, because it's going to make the gold making a lot quicker. Because at the moment we're probably on about 30 or 40 gold when all my auctions sell, which is pretty good, but it's obviously very slow. We are nowhere near our 10,000 gold mark, so you guys better get ready for a long series. But obviously things will quicken up when we get to higher levels. We're going to start making a lot more gold. But for the moment, things are going a little bit slower than I thought, but that's mostly because I haven't been putting the time into level. I don't actually know what gold cap is in Classic WoW. I'm pretty sure it's something like 125,000 or something like that. Something strange. It's like 100,000 or 200,000 or somewhere in between that. But we're definitely not going to be going for that. I wonder how many people actually got gold cap at the time of Classic. Probably very, very few people, because most people were noobs and gold was hard to come by, and 100,000 gold seems like a lot. Right, what else can we learn? Some more tasty greens, and how much are these selling for? Right, we'll start off making a couple of the grey woolen shirts, because these almost make me a gold profit. I don't know if anyone actually buys shirts in Classic, but they probably do, because it's one of the only kind of bits of transmog, I suppose, that you can get in Classic, considering transmog isn't a thing. But you can kind of pimp out your shirt with whatever you want, so I suppose that is why they sell. I'm also going to make a couple of the green shirts as well, because that seems like something that could also sell. And again, it only cost me like 2 silver to make, and they sell for almost 1 gold, so if they actually sell, it's pretty much a 1 gold profit. And then we'll make some of the new things. We'll make a couple of the woolen boots. I actually kind of need these. What are my boots saying? My boots suck. I'm actually going to use one of these. Look at that, guys. I'm even making things I can use. Oh no, I just sold it accidentally. Okay. I'm actually making things I can use. That is a real classic WoW experience. You don't see that anymore in BFA. Right, I'll make a couple more of these, and I will then make a woolen vest, because that looks quite exciting, and hopefully that could sell. It's not a green, it's only a white, but still. And I also want to make the cloak, which looks kind of cool. Cloaks obviously are going to sell better than everything else because everyone uses cloaks, so. And this cloak actually has some stats on it, so it seems like something that could sell pretty well, so I'm actually going to make a few of those. I just want to get to the next level, 110 tailoring, and see if I can make anything else. There we are. Go to the trainer, train me. Ooh, a load more things. What have we got now? Some shoulder pads. See, I need to make these as well because I don't even have any shoulder pads. So again, making stuff for myself. And these pants as well are a lot better than my pants. I should probably make those for me as well. This is bad, guys. I'm not actually making them for profit. I'm just making them for myself. But, you know, if it's an upgrade, I actually need upgrades because leveling is very slow. So I'm going to be using everything I can get. Let's put on my first ever shoulder pads. They look terrible, but who cares? And this, 3 intellect, 6 spirit, that seems pretty good. Way better, 6 more intellect than what I had previously. That's another great little upgrade. Again, it's all about research. There's probably some best in slot lists that you can find out there on the internet. And if you start making those items, they're obviously going to sell a lot quicker because they're out there on the best in slot lists. I can't really be bothered to do that at the moment. I'm just kind of testing out the market myself, but if you guys are slightly higher level or you want to really make things that will sell better, then I'd always do the research and find out what's actually best for the classes at each specific level, and then you can start making stuff. And particularly with Twinks as well, when the whole battleground system comes in. I think that's coming in. I don't think it's in yet. Maybe it even is. I don't think so. But when it does come in, that's going to be a lot better for people, and you're actually going to be able to start selling to the Twink market, which is something that I believe made quite a bit of gold back in Classic WoW. Now I'm going to make 3 of these cloaks because I'm fairly confident that they will sell, and each one makes me almost 1 gold profit. So we will just do that, and then that will probably be it for this video. So that is that. I am finishing the episode on a lot less gold than I started, so you may think we've got even further away, but actually we've got over 41 gold of auctions. We've got more auctions of soldier coming, that takes us to 43. We've got another 1 gold in my mailbox, that's 44, plus the 6 here, so that's 50. So once everything here sells, that'll be 50 gold. So we're not really on 6 gold, we're more like 50, but that obviously depends on it selling. Some of the investments might not work. We will see next episode whether or not our investments have sold, particularly our tailoring gear, and see whether that's making us gold. And hopefully I'll actually be at a better level next time, so I can start herbing some better herbs and getting a bit more gold so we can get into the 100 golds. I really want to get into that hundreds, because right now it just doesn't seem like a lot, but I suppose it's good progress. I'm only level 18 or whatever, so not too bad. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm glad you are enjoying. Stay tuned for the next episode in a couple of days' time. And until next time, see ya.